Hoyo has absolutely giga buffed Arlecchino. That's not gonna last that long. Well, some of it. And what do I mean by that? The ley line blessing for floor 12 of the Abyss is absolutely insane for her. 75% damage on her normal attacks is a lot. And in an Abyss, where first half is all single target, Arlecchino shines. So not only did they give her an indirect buff in the Abyss, a new character has recently come out in Lali. Arguably, Arlecchino is the best character to pair her with. Yes, there's Malvika, but Arlecchino benefits an insane amount just from having Lali. She can get 50% attack, Cinder City, which gives a 40% elemental damage bonus, as well as a 20% pyro shred. And on top of it, she has a shield, which Arlecchino's teams typically struggle to find a defensive unit that provides enough value outside of just that. She has gotten some insane buffs as of recently, and that might have been because of her recent banner. That still does not take from the fact that a lot of these buffs are going to linger after the Abyss resets. So I want to show you exactly what Arlecchino is doing in this Abyss, how well she's performing, what her numbers look like, and show you a couple of my favorite teams. One thing to note is ideally in the slot where I have Casa, I do put Shalon in, but I don't have her, so I cannot do that. As for Arlecchino's build in this video, these are her overall stats. She's using R1 Jade Spear, a 4-piece Fragment Harmonic Whimsy. These are her artifacts. She's 0, and her talents are 8, 1, and 1. I could level her skill and her burst up, but they are so little of her damage, her burst doesn't even get used unless you need the reset on her skill or a slight heal. But having the shield from Lali, it makes it to where you don't even really need to use your burst. If you want to see more of me, I actually stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/DecentGames_. Feel free to come by, give me a follow, say hey. I appreciate the support. Let's get right back into the video. Let's get right into the Abyss. As for this Overload Chevreuse team, I had been out in the first half, and I didn't want to include him in both teams. I wanted to use completely different characters. Here, burn the shields, which happens very easy. I have a lot of application to deal with it. Make sure I farm Xiangling's burst back. Even with having 3 pyro characters, I still struggle to get it back sometimes. I'm just doing Overload Chevreuse things. It's just very basic. You see Arlie putting up absolutely massive numbers here. This team is perfect, especially with C6 Official, to absolutely just annihilate these shields, which is the biggest problem because the shields are so tanky, whereas the enemies themselves are not. Once I actually break the shield, watch how fast it just gets shredded. It's like 6 hits from Arlie, dead. I got official so I don't have to waste my Arlie stacks and I actually get the blood bond and get some damage out of it. Same thing here. The insane amount of elemental application from this team is perfect for the shields. I shred it nicely. Same thing as I said before, this team absolutely destroys those shields like it's nothing. Like it's actually nothing. Like I said, it's a little dependent on C6 Official, but it still just shreds. I use her burst to get that little bit of HP back, and then I just go to town. The hardest thing about this team is getting Xiangling's burst, and that's it. It really is. I absolutely shred here. And I left this part in. I didn't want to get it because look at the off-field damage. I'm just getting melted, but it doesn't matter because I kill it anyway. First half, one thing with this team is you want to make sure once you do your Lali burst, you dash cancel your charge attack because you'll mess up your melts. And Lali almost has perfect application for Arlie. I can hit basically every melt here. This enemy does have some weird interaction with the orbs and whatever else, but honestly, it just look at that. It was like a 300k hit at the end. Same thing here. Make sure you dash cancel, and then they're just gone. They are just gone. This enemy's a little annoying because you need the extra reactions to bring it down, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It's just 200k, you know, no big deal. Absolutely shred it. 190, and it's just, she absolutely fries. I did not have my Bennett burst, but I wanted to make sure I got my Lali burst out because this enemy takes all of your energy, but when you break that shield, you get it back. So I was like, you know what? Use Lali. It's more important. Boom. Get everything back. Then do a proper rotation and just melt this guy. Bop, 130. She absolutely shreds. Same thing here, 300k. 300k. And that's it.